Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Solskjaer Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of this podcast will kill you. It's been a long time coming. I know it's been a while since I did one of these, and I have to say that I missed it. I missed doing one of these shows. I've been interviewing various guests on my channel, which has been great. But this one, this show is more real. It's more, about me, about what's going on around me and what's going on around Twitter, the Twitterverse, etc. Now, I want to talk firstly about the events of what's been going on this last 24 hours. I've been scrolling down some Twitter feeds, and I came across KSI. Now, not many people know this, but KSI is a friend of mine who is Sway. Sway Disciple is a rapper from the UK, a pioneer, and they are pretty close. So I came across KSI a long time ago, way before many people did, and the guy's a talented dude, and he's blown up completely, right? He said on Twitter used to be an amazing place where you could connect with people from around the world, from different communities and different places around the world, right? Without any problems. Now it's just full of pretentious people that are ready to cancel and destroy your legacy for breathing incorrectly. Now this tweet, it caught my eye because it's absolutely spot on. This tweet is absolutely spot on. When I came into the Twitter game, a long time ago, way before many people, a lot of you, right? Sal Arm UK is my Twitter feed. That's me. That's my name, Sal Arm UK, Sal Warner, which I have a separate account for, right? Now this account, I used to do my music, and I used to do Twitter. I used to, talk about music and music alone, and just general chit chat, and etc. But I created this football page to talk about my passion on the side, which is football. I've always been passionate about football. Football and Manchester United have always been my passion. Okay. I've given up thousands of miles, thousands of hours, millions of hours of my life watching Manchester United, right? Now, when I came into this game, in this YouTube game, I thought, you know what? The music industry, it's a tough game. It's cutthroat. It's political. I'm just gonna, rest it a bit whilst we're on lockdown. Concentrate on the football side of things, and I'm gonna carry on and talk about football, which is a passion of mine, which I know a lot about as well. I travel the world watching football, and I love football, and what I found amazing, astonishing, is the amount of people who have opinions, but cannot take an opinion of someone else. They cannot take any other opinion but their own narrative. This is the thing. And when you correct them, when they're abusive towards you, when you respond and you shut them down, you're the bad guy. You're the one who shouldn't have said that. You should not have said that. That is wrong. You should not have said that about that person. That is wrong. Regardless if they're discriminating against you, regardless if they're discriminating against your family, regardless if they were trying to slander you to other sites, to other people, i.e. Stephen Howson, slandering me because I'm a threat, going around slandering me, blackballing me. These sort of things are the reason I retaliated yesterday. Treat it like a Q&A from Gary Neville. Let's think about a Q&A. Gary Neville does this Q&A every now and then, right? That was my Q&A. I gave the trolls a few hours of my time. I gave as good as I got, and I won, right? Because you're all crying, you're all throwing your rattles out of your pram, and you cannot take the criticism back. Now, granted, I said some things that maybe I shouldn't have said, and maybe I'm a bit bigger than that. I feel, and I may have said some things that might have hurt a few people. But at the end of the day, As Tupac once said, if you don't want to, if you can't handle the heat, do not get into the ring. If Tyson don't want to get hurt, he don't get in the bloody ring. It's as simple as that. And this quote from KSI, Twitter used to be an amazing place where people could connect with people from all around the world, different communities, without any problems. Now it's just full of pretentious people that are ready to cancel and destroy your legacy for breathing incorrectly. KSI is a successful man, right? So when I get these trolls and I respond to these trolls, namely that family, whatever that family who've been on and on mentioning me, I even muted them, right? But it was brought to my attention by another Twitter follower that they keep mentioning my name. If you keep mentioning my name, you're poking, and then you don't, when you get a retaliation, you start using the sympathy act. You start crying. You start, oh, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say this. And all the people come to your defense. Now, this is a really weird for me because if that was rants, if that was flex, if that was expressions oozing, they wouldn't back him up like that. They wouldn't back him up like that. And you know as well as I do why that is. Why that is. Right? With me, right? Everyone going on, jumping on their bandwagon, saying that they're gonna, do this. Where does he live? This, and everyone knows where I bloody live. I post a flipping jogging map on my flipping Twitter page. So look, at the end of the day, yeah. You want to say things about me, but get prepared for the backlash. Get prepared for the backlash. I'm a Manchester United fan, but I'm also a human being. And if someone attacks me, right, I'm going to retaliate. These things have not just come in the last 24 hours, and I suddenly just, thought, you know what, today I feel like being a complete prat and just completely going in on everyone. No, this thing has accumulated for months and months and months and months. And lo and behold, it's the same old trolls, the same old waste man standing there in their jury service suits, ugly, disgusting, vile individuals in a personality aspect who could say something. And then when you retaliate, they're like, oh, you cannot say this. And then you want to tag Rashford, you want to tag Pogba, you want to tag Fernandes because you feel that you're going to get the sympathy act and get a free T-shirt from Manchester United players and get a signed T-shirt from Manchester United players. It's pathetic. Why don't you go out there, go for a run, get yourself better and do something with your life rather than coming onto my channel, my Twitter and spreading the hate? Because I don't mind, but just be prepared to take it back. And don't give me the sob story. Don't give me, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that. Just like Steve Boyle, Pete Boyle, whatever the bloody world name that guy's name is, the guy with no neck, whatever you want to call this, Tyrannosaurus neck, whatever you want to call him, mate. Whatever it is, yeah? This guy is the man, yeah, who could poke me, and keep poking and poking and poking. And then when you get retaliation, oh, you cannot say that. Now, let me tell you a story. Let me take it back to the story of Pete Boyle, right? The story of Pete Boyle goes like this. Pete Boyle has been constantly mentioned in podcasts on his channel. He's been constantly slandering podcasts on his channel. Now, I took it upon myself because no one else will to speak up and to attack him verbally. I've done it in a bit of tongue-in-cheek. I had a little bit of laugh about it. But then he acts like the victim. Then he acts like, oh, you're this, you're that. I'm not going to swear. It's midday. I'm not going to swear. But you act like this, you act like that. You act like, oh, you can't say these things. You can't. You know who Pete Boyle is? Pete Boyle. He's been going Man United since 1953. You can't say that to Pete Boyle. You can't be saying these things when he's the one who started it. Well, he's the one. And it's exactly what happened yesterday. We had a problem with that family, whatever they are, that family, council estate, Rangers, whatever they are, I don't know. But they said things about me. I have said things about them. Yeah, they said things about me yesterday, right? But they've been saying things for a long time before I said that. Now, I apologize to anyone who has been offended by what I say that I get along with. I apologize to anyone who didn't like what I said, but I don't apologize for them, because at the end of the day, this is accumulated over weeks and months and months. Yeah, so Ginger, bro, yeah, look, here it is. This is what happened. Yeah, yesterday it just went off the radar, bro. You know, and in regards to the night, your Glazer out, man. Respect, brother. Respect, yeah. Look, in regards to the Glazer out thing as well, the way it started is they're mocking the 58th minute walkout, which I planned. I planned to have the fans walk out in the 58th minute of a game against Wolves, I believe. And they would walk out the game in the 58th minute. And we'll go to the Sir Matt Busby statue. Okay? And we will pay homage there because of the 1958 Munich disaster. And we will pay our homage there. Right? Now, there have been crybabies on there. Oh, you made the 58-minute walkout. It didn't even work. You know, it didn't even work. When you're sitting on Twitter, just being a waste man. If you love Man United, do something about it. At least, failure or not, 50 people walked out. Doesn't matter. That's 50 people. Right? Doesn't matter. If it's 10 people, 4 people, 2 people, it doesn't matter. I've done something about it. I've done something about it. What did you do about it? What have you done about Man United's future? What have you done about it? You ain't done nothing. You sat on Twitter. You tweet. That's all you do. You know, the LUGH crew, you know, in particular, Mike, what's his name, Mike? You know, him, what does he do? He makes stickers. He makes stickers. I feel like this is bloody Merlin in this house. You know what I mean? I feel like, I'm not going to swear. I feel like it's Merlin sticker book. This guy needs a sticker book. He goes, I created stickers and I stuck it all around Old Trafford. You stuck stickers around Old Trafford. That's your idea of a protest. You stuck stickers. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Have you got a shiny sticker as well? Did you get little shiny stickers as well? And did you stick those shiny stickers on the lampposts as well? Did you do that as well? Bunch of prats, mate. Bunch of prats. And regards going back to the family, what I said yesterday, I stand by. What I said yesterday is a fact, right? So when people want to attack me, know where the source came from. There's no smoke without fire. Tyson don't get in the ring if he doesn't want to get in the ring. There's no smoke without fire. That's what I'm talking about, okay? So that aside, there was a number of people, people I know, my friends, you know, and yeah, Lord Sad. Yeah, let's give this guy some time. We all need to get together despite the differences to get this. Yeah, mate, you're absolutely 100% spot on, brother. You're absolutely 100% spot on. But the problem is, there's too many egos. And as I said, the KSI, Twitter's full of pretentious people that are ready to cancel and destroy your legacy for breathing incorrectly. We have this mentality in our fan base. We have this mentality at our club, in our fan base, that, you know, there's these self-righteous people who feel they're bigger than everyone else, who feel they're better fans than everyone else. Instead of uniting, they want to discriminate. Instead of getting together, they want to mock. You know, maybe if we supported the 58th minute walkout, you know, we won't be in this position that we're in now. I'm not saying my walkout was the best. It was the best thing ever to happen. But I tried to do something. I don't have a big fat voice like Stephen Howson, who's done F4. I don't have a big fat voice like Stephen McCullough, right? I don't have million subscribers. I'm a small guy from East London making a podcast about football. I created a 58th minute walkout. Okay? I created a 58-minute walkout on my own back, you know, doing it myself. Yet you got people like Howson, yeah? You got people like this, what's his name? this ginger guy. I can't even remember his name. He's I don't know, Ginger Biscuit. I don't know what. I can't remember his name, but he even hit people mocking it, people trying to slander it. Why? Do you see a future under the Glazers? Do you see a future under the Glazers? Because at the moment, the Glazers love people like you. They love people like you who just sit on their backsides, just sit there, you know, and just tweet about it. Just tweet. Positivity, rainbows, fluffy clouds, unicorns, all that malarkey. Speaking of malarkey, Philip Malarkey, who unfollowed me, but you can't say that about my mate. You can't talk about my mate like that. This, regardless if my mate has been, your mate has been discriminating against me, regardless if your mate has been slandering me, regardless if your mate is continuously talking about me despite being muted, I don't even block the guy. I have now, but I don't even block the guy because I don't block people. I don't go out my way to block people. I'm not that sad. I don't go out my way to unfollow people. I'm not that sad. It's them. I ain't got the time for that. I have not got the time for that. You know? So when I talk about these people who are single-handedly destroying the club, right? You've got people like Howson who just wants to, you know, kiss Rio Ferdinand's backside. Yeah, that's all he wants to do. You've got these pundits who talk absolute rubbish, namely Rio Ferdinand. If you want to get rid of an owner from a club, why don't you get together and put your piece down? Now, this reminds me of a situation, a story I knew. I used to know a guy called Aaron. Funny enough, he used to be a good friend of Aaron Lennon. Aaron Lennon, I don't know if you remember him, he used to play for Tottenham. And them both went into a suit shop because they're both going to go to a wedding. And they went to a tailor and they wanted to buy a suit. And my mate, Aaron, he liked this suit. He looked at the price and he said, £800. £800, that's a lot of money for a suit. So Aaron Lennon, the footballer at the time for Tottenham and England, could not muster how my mate could not afford £800. He could not understand how he could not afford £800. He goes, it's £800. That's nothing. That puts it in perspective, Rio. Rio, you're a legend of the club, mate. You're a legend of the club, but think about it. How are a bunch of people who work tough jobs, who work normal jobs, 9 to 5, 7 to 7, 10 to 10, whatever they do, night shifts, day shifts, whatever they do, how are they going to get the money to put into a kitty to get rid of the Ashley or whoever it is? How are they going to do that, mate? How are Man United fans going to do that? Unless every single one of us is on the same page. People are not that rich, mate. People are not as rich as you, mate. You know? Whilst you're jogging in Bromley, yeah, people are working their ass off, mate. You know? So you cannot, you know, start throwing out silly suggestions that, you know nothing about. Because you don't know nothing about being poor. You've been rich since you were a teenager, mate. All right? Before that's a blur. All right? So that was a silly suggestion. All right? I respect Rio Ferdinand. I respect his opinion. But just won't work, mate. It just won't work. And if you want to come in here, you want to talk about that, you know, as a guy like me who was raised in a one-bedroom flat, 5 of us in the East End of London, built on top of a graveyard, you're more than welcome, mate. You're more than welcome to do that. You're more than welcome to come on my channel and justify your thoughts and justify what you said. These trolls will not get anywhere with me. You know, they will not destroy me. They will not hurt me. They will not make me upset. But what I don't accept is crybabies. Crybabies. These crybabies who, you know, put oil into the fire, put oil into the fire, put oil into the fire. When they get burned, they're crying. You can't say that. Then they get their bigot brigade to come against me. Right? Any one of you want to have a civil conversation with me, want to come on my channel, want to talk on my Twitter civilly, you are more than welcome to do that. And I will give you the answers. I'll teach you about the birds and the bees. All right? Because at the end of the day, I don't just wake up in the morning and think, you know what, today I'm going to be an arsehole and I'm going to say whatever I want to say to people. This is accumulated over time. This hasn't happened just now. This has been happening for ages. Hey, this has been happening for months, if not since I opened the channel 2 years ago. Okay? Now, again, as I said, there's been people mentioning me in their streams, i.e. Johnny, the screamer nostril guy, the one with the nostrils, and the big bricklayer jacket. Mate, if you're going to mention me on your stream, at me. If you got a problem with me, at me. This guy, let me tell you a story. I gave this guy an opportunity to come on my channel before he started writing the Raven screaming and people started giving him views because they're bantering him, right? I gave him a chance to come on my channel. He made up an excuse because, you know, he said, I've got a bad reputation, you know, things I've heard about this guy, you know, I can't believe, you know, what I've heard about this guy. Mate, ain't you got a brick to lay? You know what I mean? Ain't you got a brick to lay? Keep my name out of your mouth. It'd be fantastic and cushy, wouldn't it, Johnny? All right? Because at the end of the day, you know the type, loud as a motorbike, but won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. That's you, mate. Because you're there kissing the butts of the trolls. You're there saying, apologizing to trolls. You are a sellout. You're nothing but a sellout. And that's the bottom line, because Solskjaer said so. And that's the bottom line, because Solskjaer said so. Yeah, you're a sellout. You're apologizing to trolls. You're letting trolls get the upper hand over you, right? Then you're mentioning me, saying I've got a bad reputation. A bad reputation, mate. A bad reputation. You should do your research. And a lot of you should do your research who are going against me. A lot of you should do your research about me, where I'm from, what I've done off my own back. Yeah? So you don't need to buck up your ideas. Keep my name out of your mouth and it'll all be cushy. Now, one thing I would say, and I would apologize for, is my language. When people meet me in real life, they can't believe it's me. They say, you're such a nice guy. You're bare blessed. You know, you're really kind. You're giving. Right? Many people who meet me do, not singing my own praises. Of course not. But people like me. People like me. Where I live, people like me. People, you know, everywhere, you know, where I've lived, you know, you could walk across London, I get people coming up to me, shaking my hand. Not because of this podcast, but because of what I've done in the past. I put Leighton on the map. I put Leighton on the map, not Leighton Orient. Me and my brother put bloody Leighton on the map. Where it's full of underachievers. Full of underachievers. Right? That's why I get respected. Not for screaming out my lungs on Twitter. No. Not for clenching my nostrils. No. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, cut the ball. Right? I'm not interested in it. Call a spade a spade. You don't even know what that word means, right? It's the first word you learn. You know, that's it. Call a spade a spade. Mate, you are a spade. You're not a spanner. You're not a spade. You're a spanner. That's what you are, a spanner. Now, let's go down a little bit. Let's go down and let's talk about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole, 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 ole. Let's go. Right. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, new contract. What's going on? Pathetic. Contracts should not be given now. Contracts should be given at the end of the season. We have not achieved anything, and we should learn from our past mistakes. Our past mistakes are giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a contract when he first joined the club. Because it was that point that we started going down in results. Our results started going down and down and down. All right? When he got the contract. Now, giving him a contract now is suicidal, in my opinion. I don't think he's the right guy. Love the guy, legend, not the right guy. Right? proved it at the weekend, not a tactician. He has one way of playing, and if he cannot alter that way of playing, which is the reason that Donny van der Beek cannot be incorporated into the team, and certain players are left out of the squad because they cannot play in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's counter-attacking formation and tactics, right? That's the reason. Okay, so giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a contract now is wrong, and it will be a big, big mistake. One of many from the Glazers. Glazers out. They're pathetic, right? So, end of the season, when it comes to the end of the season, we look at it. We look at the whole grand scheme of things. We look at what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing. We look at what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is at the moment. Did he qualify for the Champions League? Okay, well done. But there's no point qualifying for the Champions League if you get knocked out in the first round, bro. You know what I mean? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to walk away like Craig David, mate. That's what he needs to do. He needs to walk away like Craig David and, slowly but surely walk away and say goodbye, thank you, I've steadied the ship. And now we need a proper manager in there. No hatred towards Ole. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he slaps me right across the face. Because I like Ole. And I've always supported Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and I always believe in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, so he's always been, I was there in the 90s, right? So I remember it fondly. I remember it freshly. I remember all of it freshly. So you guys, that's my opinion. Don't hate me on my opinion because that's what it is. It's an opinion, isn't it? Everyone has a different opinion. If we all had the same opinion, it'd be a bit boring, wouldn't it? Imagine us all sitting down in a bar, all agreeing with each other. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's like meeting someone for the first time. And you're all agreeing. You're agreeing with everything they say. That's a bit boring, isn't it? That's a bit boring for me. You sit there agreeing with everything people say. Everyone has different opinions about football. Everyone has different opinions about things in life. Everyone has different opinions about that. So, again, England. Now let's bring up England. England 5, San Marino. Okay. All right, we had a little bit of an error there. Technical difficulties. That's the news, right? Anyway, look. England 5, San Marino 0. Okay, England 5, San Marino 0. What did I think of the game? Pathetic, poor. England should be beating San Marino 7-8-9. 7-8-9. Southgate has too much favouritism. It reminds me a lot of Ole. He has too much favouritism in there. Dyer shouldn't be in that squad. Trippier shouldn't be in that squad. Trippier hasn't played since God knows when, and he should not be in that squad. No chance whatsoever he should be in that squad. Again, Ward-Prowse is okay. Good for a squad player. Lingard's proven himself well, but I don't think he should be in the squad. All right? But then again, should he be in the squad ahead of certain players? Yeah. The players that are being picked, of course he should. Ollie Watkins shouldn't be in the squad. Greenwood should be in the squad. Even though he's injured, he should be in the first team squad, not the under-21s like he was picked originally. They need to incorporate more youngsters in there. A youth team should have played yesterday at San Marino and England would have smashed them by even more. Our team is too one-dimensional. I'm glad to see Bellingham. I'm glad to see Saka. I'm glad to see players like that in the squad. But we need to incorporate more youngsters in there. How can you have a player like Trippier, who hasn't played since January, ahead of players such as Aaron Wan-Bissaka and such as Trent Alexander? How can you do that? How can you do that? Explain yourself. Dyer has been poor this season. How can he play? Explain yourself. Why is he playing? What's the reason he is playing? Tell me, please. What's the reason he is playing? There are some poor players in that squad. Yeah, but when we've got really, really good players there waiting on the wings. Yeah, and he needs to play them. Okay, now that's England. Man United have some important games coming up. We need to win the Europa League. 3-1 against Leicester was one of the worst performances I've seen in a while. 3-1. We were outplayed, tactically outmaneuvered. Second to every ball. Was not impressed at all about that. And I feel like we're going backwards in one way because we need to win a trophy. And the reason we need to win a trophy is because a trophy breeds confidence. Trophies give you a winning mentality. You win one trophy, just like 1992, Bruce, 96 minutes, Sheffield Wednesday. It gave us confidence to go on from there and win more trophies. Right? Of course, we won the major trophies. Of course, we won the Champions League and the Premier League. But you've got to start with your bread and butter. Right? Do I feel like we're going to win the Europa League? Not at the moment, I don't. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. But I don't think we're going to win the Europa League. We should win the Europa League. We're better than the teams in it, including Arsenal. But I just don't think we have the winning mentality. I think when the going gets tough, we bottle it. And that's the main problem about it. And that's not being, an agenda. That's an absolute fact, ladies and gentlemen. That's an absolute fact. Right? So, do I think we will win the Europa League? No. Do I think we'll get top 4? Yes. But top 4 is not good enough for me. Second is the best loser for me. Champions League, what's the point? We're going to get knocked out first round. Especially getting knocked out by a team that are relegation candidates in Turkey. It's not good enough. We need to pick it up and we need to win that Europa League. Anything other than that is a failure, in my opinion. It's a failure because Europa League will give you respect and they give you a winning mentality. Okay? Now, taking it back, I know I've had a little bit of a run. I know there's a lot of people that won't be happy with what I said, but I speak from the heart and I always will. I call a spade a spade. All right? So, this will not change. I will not change. This channel will not change. Nothing will change because I will stick by what my beliefs are. Yeah, the bigots in our Man United fan base. The discrimination that goes on in the Man United fan base. The targeting, the directed targeting in the Man United fan base. Yeah. People that are cancers in the Man United fan base. Fatty Housen, Stephen Boyle, Pete Boyle, whatever his name is. I don't know his name because, think about it, I wouldn't know his name because he isn't a nobody and neither's, Stephen Housen, you're a veteran and all that, but so are many of us, mate. And you should watch where you talk and watch where you direct your hate, okay? Because at the end of the day, we're all Man United fans and we all want one thing here. We all want one thing, and that is to win. We want to win trophies. That's what we want to do. Okay? We're all on the same ship. Right? Just because some of us choose to row this way or that style doesn't mean they're not trying to aim at the same goal. Okay? We're all Man United fans. We should all stick together. We should stop this direct targeting, this direct hate. Because it's getting pathetic now. We're a laughing stock. Something we never thought we would be. The Glazers are not right for the club. The Glazers are not. And if you believe they are, you're as delusional as you look. Okay? So that's me for today. I want to thank everyone for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. In regards to the whole situation, it's unfortunate what goes on Twitter sometimes. It's unfortunate that I have to delve in the realms of shutting them down and giving them a bit of my mind, what they do all the time. And don't think I don't know, right? When you like tweets, you don't have to say something. When someone likes a tweet, when someone likes an abuse, let's say something's aimed at you and it's abusive towards you. What do you think when someone likes that tweet? That's a cosign, right? That's a cosign, isn't it? Exactly. It's a cosign. Now, I leave it with this quote. Twitter used to be an amazing place where you could connect with people from all around the world and communities without any problems. Now, it's just full of pretentious people that are ready to cancel and destroy your legacy for breathing incorrectly. KSI, my G, that's the one, yeah? Big up. I'll have some big things coming up. Stay tuned. More stuff coming up, my guys. Love you all. God bless. Arrivederci.